Hey everybody, Sean from The Good Dog, and we've got Bella, and we've got Rigby, and we've got me. Last couple days in NOLA, these two characters here, they've been fighting. Everybody, if you've been watching their photos or watching the stories, posts, they had like some pretty serious fights, pretty bad stuff, and so we've had them for 2 weeks working on getting them into a better space overall, and they're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good. Place. So a lot of working together, sharing space together, right? Which is awkward because it's pretty like tight confines. So we got them walking together, same side, making sure that they get used to each other when there's stuff that's anxiety inducing or triggers or anything that like that might get them a little bit worked up. Bella would typically make like kind of high-pitched noises about her ears or anything else that would spook her, and that would cause Rigby to go after her and like attack. And then now their whole thing has become like, I don't trust you, you don't trust me, and so they just kind of go at each other whenever they have the chance. Now, we show up here, and we start sharing lots of structure, lots of rules, blah, 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 all the stuff you're familiar with, accountability, consequences, all of that stuff. Get them into a different mode, get them listening to us, get them deferring to us, get them leaning on leadership and depending on leadership to advocate for them. Think about it this way. So the leadership, like you probably heard me give this kind of explanation before, but the leadership helps the insecure dog feel safe and advocated for, and the leadership helps the bullying, pushing dog, which is Rigby, helps her come down to a more respectful, polite space. So it helps one dog feel more comfortable and confident, and helps one dog feel more comfortable but less bullying. And so that's a lot of what we've done with all the regular stuff. Like they both wanted to charge in and out of the crates, so both of them benefit from all that stuff. Both of them had issues with recall, sit down, all the stuff. We had to work them through all that stuff down. And so all of the obedience commands held to high levels of accountability, no monkey business, no tuning out, no making choices without looking to me for permission, puts them in a mode of not freewheeling, not reacting to whatever might be on their mind, not to, I don't like the way you're looking at me or the cut of your jib and I'm gonna go after you. Instead, they start to really be in a mode where they're dogs living in a human world, and the structure of that world is dictated and created, and rules are enforced by the humans in that world. And that's really what helps fighting dogs or biting dogs or whatever kind of problem dogs that you have. So it really helps them get into a space where they can let go of that past stuff. I know that if these dogs lived with me, we would have 0 fights. So that's the goal, is to make sure that I transfer all that same stuff that I would do over to the clients and make sure they keep up all the stuff. Because honestly, it's not just about the obedience, it's not just about the training, it's kind of the easy stuff. The hard stuff is all the lifestyle stuff, all the affection, all the stuff down. Hang on. Just trying to read. No, you ain't moving anywhere. All the lifestyle stuff, all the affection, all of the, access to personal space, access to furniture, touching, unearned affection, all the stuff that goes on, all the doting, all the emotional leaning on our dogs, all that stuff, that's the stuff that creates dogs that are a wreck rather than giving them the other stuff that they need. So a lot of what we're going to be doing in these sessions with them and their go-home sessions is helping to change the lifestyle stuff, making sure we pass on all the obedience stuff that keeps them listening and polite and present and deferring to us and permission-based and all that stuff. But then the other half of this is really changing the lifestyle to where the environment they live in is conducive to creating, cultivating, and maintaining that state of mind that is polite and looking for permission, and is not feeling entitled, is not feeling empowered, or is not feeling put upon, bullied, and not advocated for. So super important points, and it really transfers across the board, whether you're talking about like resource guarding, territorial stuff, human aggression, fear aggression, dogs fighting, what have you. Once you start to put rules, structure, accountability, consequences in place, and you do it the right way, you can move through just about everything. And if you can't make it perfect, you can make it a hell of a lot better than wherever it was. So that said, I'm just going to demo these guys roaming around a little bit. Let's see what we can get. Bela, Rigby, come. Rigby, come on, let's go. Place. Good, good, good. Good. Very nice. So they're hanging out, getting used to each other, right? A lot of this, a lot of sharing the space, and we have them like also just kind of like freewheeling, a lot of motion. I want them moving fast. I want to duplicate and replicate things that are going to go on in their regular life, because regular life isn't going to be just locked down all the time. Regular life is going to have people knocking at the door and things going on in the house and excitement and all this stuff. So we have to make sure that we don't just like create this like very sterile, serene environment, but also give them peaks and valleys of excitement and anxiety and stuff like that, and see how they react to that, all these different triggers that could maybe provoke a fight or something like that. So we get motion, activity, excitement, and then we also do practice all this quiet stuff as well. Bela, Rigby, come. Place. I think they might have anticipated just a shade on that one. So I'm gonna make sure nobody jumps off, as is the case with dogs when you're training them. If you guys do a bunch of like recall to place, recall to place, recall to place, recall to place, and you do a bunch of it and you don't do enough duration work in your training sessions, you'll get dogs that are out of balance where they're anticipating. So it's really important that you make sure that you do I'd prefer you do like a 75% or a 60%. Let's go 75 of lockdown, and then like the other percentage would be motion, recalling them around. But the staying still is usually the hardest stuff for most dogs. When things are going on in the house, bombs are falling, things are active, dogs are barking, people are knocking at the door, that's when dogs want to move and go do stuff. And that's actually the hardest thing for them, is to stay still. And if you've read my blogs, you know that dogs that learn how to stay still and just tune out the rest of the world and not sweat it, not sweat the details of everything going on, not be triggered, not have their nervous systems all like on the fritz like this because everything bothers them, those kind of dogs learn how to just tolerate their environment without freaking out because of it. And that is so critically important to helping dogs make good choices if they've been struggling with that. So, another good point. Bela, Rigby, come up. Let's go. Go, I can keep up with you, come on. Place. Good. Nice. Nice work, ladies. So now I'm gonna back up and face them, which creates kind of like a faux cue. And if you saw my video earlier this morning, you know that this is what I would call an invitation, right? So I'm looking at them, I'm actually speaking, and so they're like, is he calling me? Is he setting me up? What's going on? So important that they can tolerate this. You can move forward. If they make a mistake, it's no big deal. Just correct. Tell them to go back. Nice. They've been down this road before. They know this trick. Bela, Rigby, come. All right. Keep liking that trip. Come on, let's go. Place. Place. Good. Down. Nice. And that used to be pretty uncomfortable for them, like head to head like that. That took a while to get to, right? To where they could lay on place and be head to head, hard. There's a lot of like, my butt faces your butt. I don't want to look at you. I don't trust you. I don't feel safe with you. But over time, they've gotten better and better. And Bella knows for sure that Bella knows for sure she's just moving around. And I just like, she's kind of anxious, so I like to prevent her from a lot of motion and moving around. But Bella really knows that I'm not going to let Rigby clean her clock. So it makes her feel better, makes her feel more trusting, and so she starts building that stuff up more and more and more. Bela, Rigby, come. Place. No, this way. Place. Good. Very nice, very nice. All right. You guys are looking awesome. No,